At what point do you say, hang on a minute, we might be getting run by crackpots here? People who you wouldn't put in charge of a dollhouse, let alone a country. Maybe it will come when there's a whole more bunch of the Uncle Klaus style blackouts, like we saw recently across Europe, Spain, France, blackouts. Maybe more questions will come about then. In the meantime, what we're hearing about is countries like the Netherlands having to ration their electricity because the country is struggling to cope with getting rid of the gas to reach the old netty zeros. It sounds like the Netherlands and Germany and actually most of Europe is as crackers as Britain. Yeah, when it comes to this malarkey. What's being said is, in the Netherlands specifically, there's about 12,000 businesses in a queue, including things like schools and hospitals, in a queue to get onto the grid. Because there's a queue for it because they can't cope because they got rid of the gas. There's a bunch of new homes, new builds that they said, oh no, well, I'll tell you what, let's build a ton of these things. Yeah, you can't hook them up to the gas because gas ain't allowed anymore. Yeah, gas is dirty. No, it's all about the leckies. It's about the solar. It's about the heat pumps. It's about all of that, right? The fact that they won't work because there's a massive queue to get onto the grid and it can't cope with it because gas is gone. The fact that that's there, well, look, I'll tell you what, get them to buy the house, get them to move in, and then we'll tell them the good news a bit later on down the line when, when they've got no heating. And they're having to build their own gas, that they'll get guilted for. Having a stove or something to try and stay warm, old-fashioned stuff that actually works. I don't know. At what point do you say, hang on a minute, what's going on here? Yeah, maybe, just maybe, we're being run by crackpots. Who, I saw something recently as well, that Britain will go bankrupt before it admits that all of this stuff that we're also hearing across Europe, before it admits that something may be going wrong. And when it's like that, you have to say, well, follow the money, right? Ta-ta.